guys say?
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne to be here in a second. It is Monday.
Hey.
Good morning. How you feeling? How was your weekend?
It was good. I spent the weekend with my daughter and her grandmother. My son is down in Maryland or whatever, right? But yo, you know what I find very scary?
What's that?
The sun was up at 4:58 this morning. Yo, y'all don't notice it's never been like
Bright when we
bright.
Yes.
Like that is so scary to me. And it gets dark later.
Yes.
And I know that's not because of no daylight saving. Like, come on, yo.
That's what
Because
usually
of daylight
happens.
savings.
That's
It's
how it
always
usually
been like
happens.
that.
Yes.
No, it is. You
never use it
Up this time of morning.
No. I do. I have never in my life seen the sun come out at 4:50.
Yes.
Yeah,
Daylight
that's pretty
savings.
regular.
Crazy.
Yeah, about
I
this
don't know.
time.
Salute to everybody out there that's actually experiencing spring and summer, okay? Because summer don't start till June, 10th or 20th?
Yes.
Okay, but we in springtime. We ain't getting that in the tri-state.
Nah, I don't feel.
Okay,
don't feel
salute
like
to everybody
Not at
across
all.
the country that's experiencing actual spring temperatures. We're not.
I just feel like, how can an hour do that, yo? Like 1 hour, no. An hour going forward and back can change that.
What's
That's
the
crazy.
way that the Earth is on the axis, and that's where.
But we're the only country
You're
that
not
does
Neil
that with
deGrasse
time.
Tyson. I don't believe nothing you just said.
Okay. Well.
The way the Earth is on the axis. It might be. I don't know. It just don't sound right coming from NBC.
All right, well, fine. Well, salute to all the students at Lincoln Tech. I got a chance to speak at their graduation over the weekend. So salute to Lincoln Tech. It's a technical school where they teach, it's a trade school, I should say, where they teach automotive, HVAC, electrical, welding. So I got a chance to talk at their graduation. I actually took a couple of classes there because I just like to learn with my cars and stuff
That's
like
where
that.
you learned how the Earth be on its axis, and you got.
That's what you heard. You learned it there.
And then happy birthday to my mom. I celebrated my mom's 80th birthday over the weekend.
Nice,
so
nice.
Had a lot of fun. And then remember the daddy-daughter dance I was
Yes.
practicing? That was this weekend, too.
Did you do good? Did you wear your knee pads?
I killed it. I did wear my knee pads. I'm going to show you a video later.
How many
I killed
knees
it.
did you get down on? 1 or 2?
Only one knee.
One.
Just one knee. One knee.
Only 2
Okay.
at Diddy parties. Only 2 at free cars. Dropping the clues bombs for Taylor,
guy's
too, our
crazy.
producer, man. She had an amazing baby shower this weekend. We had a
Yes.
ball.
Yes.
And you would be
What's
surprised how many of our co-workers, the tricks that they can do. I saw Brandon pick up a bottle with his mouth. Doing one of our producers, Brandon.
What?
Wow.
They was playing some baby game where you put the balloon in your shirt. Red know what I'm talking about. Red was there. You put the balloon in your shirt, and I guess you got to act like you're pregnant and do like head, shoulders, knees, toes, like they do wipe me down or something, and then you got to pick the bottle up with your mouth. That was there you go. See,
Okay.
There you go.
Strong mouth.
Brandon.
You gotta stop
You
that. I
picked
can't
it up
let-
with your mouth. That
I
was
can't let
crazy.
you put
And
the
it was
bars out
him and
there,
Trav were playing together,
All right.
and he beat Trav.
Oh, wow.
Not the game.
You
just had to
beat
pick up
a
the bottle
gay
right
guy? You beat a gay guy at a mouse
I
game?
got a video.
Oh, wow. But speaking of Happy Pride, then
All
damn,
right.
Brandon.
This is
Happy Pride Month.
It's definitely Pride Month. All right, Brandon.
Yes.
Brandon hopped right out that closet this morning to talk to us. Now, Rickey Smiley will be joining us this morning. He has a new comedy special, Rickey Smiley Foolish. It
Man.
premieres on Hulu May 30th, so it's out already.
Yeah, it's hilarious too, by the way.
And also, Dr. Rheeda Walker will be joining us.
Dr.
All right.
Rheeda Walker is the author of one of my favorite books, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health, and that book is celebrating 5 years. So she will be here to talk about that. I was with Dr. Rheeda Walker this weekend too at Rock Nation's United Justice Coalition. We had a summit on how law enforcement can be better in regards to responding to mental health crises. So Dr. Rheeda will be here this morning.
All right, well, let's get the show cracking. We got front page news. More going to be joining us, so don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. What's up, Morgan?
Morgan.
Oh, you wanted to skip sports? Oh, okay, we could do that. First on front page, there's breaking news out of Boulder, Colorado. Sad news, actually. Multiple reports of people marching for Israelis held by Hamas are injured, and a suspect is in custody following a Molotov cocktail at a mall. Now, the suspect, Mohammed Salman, is reportedly an illegal alien from Egypt who overstayed his visa. The attack, which left at least 6 people wounded, took place during a weekly gathering of individuals. I did mention that. Now, FBI Director Kash Patel described the incident at the Pearl Street Mall as a targeted terror attack, but Boulder Police Chief Stephen Redfern, he's not quite ready to make that designation as of yet. So let's hear those comments from him.
We're not calling it a terror attack at this point. Again, it's way too early to speculate motive. I know there's a lot out there on social media, but I ask people just to give us a little bit of patience while we work through a really complex scene. This was a beautiful Sunday afternoon in downtown Boulder on Pearl Street. And this act is unacceptable.
Yeah, so some of the injuries are reportedly life-threatening, and the Anti-Defamation League said on social media that the attack took place at the Boulder Run for Their Lives event. The weekly gathering for Jewish community members is meant to support the hostages taken during the October 7th attacks in Israel in 2023. So prayers to
and it's so horrible.
You guys posted on that. There's in other news, the Trump administration is confident it will overcome any court challenges to its tariff policy. Now, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick told Fox News Sunday that the latest challenge put the trade team back about a week in terms of their goals, but he added that the country has returned to the bargaining table. And Lutnick says the court challenges, the court challenge to tariffs was just a speed bump, but he believes the White House will prevail in court. Let's take a listen to his comments.
I think it cost us a week, maybe cost us a week, but then everybody came right back to the table. We're going to take that up to higher courts. The president's going to win like he always does. But rest assured, tariffs are not going away.
So Lutnick affirmed the constitutional powers that the president has to enact emergency tariffs if the nation is at risk. Trump's tariff plan was reinstated by federal appeals court last week after it was halted by a lower court. So remember, I said good luck trying to keep up with the tariffs. Now that tariff block has officially been lifted since the last time we spoke on Friday. And more specifically, the White House says a trade deal with China is coming, maybe as soon as this week. White House economic advisor Kevin Hassett was asked about the status of trade negotiations on ABC's This Week, and he says the tariff battle with China is still being worked out. Let's take a listen.
The presidents, we expect, will discuss the matter this week. Once that thing's resolved, then we're going to take deals into the Oval that James Greer and Howard Lutnick have negotiated.
So Hassett added that he expects President Trump will update the tariff plan this week, and Trump accused China of violating its trade deal and announced that he was doubling steel and aluminum tariffs. So again, we'll keep you posted on how these trade deals and tariffs work out as time arises. It looks like we have a little bit more time for one more, so I'm going to go a little positive with this one. June marks Pride Month, the celebration of LGBTQ history, identity, and progress. It all started with the first Pride Parade in 1970, 1 year after the Stonewall riots in New York sparked national push for LGBTQ rights. The White House officially recognized Pride Month in 1999, and in 2003, the Supreme Court struck down laws that once made homosexuality a crime. So, but it does seem like things are headed in a reverse type situation. So while you guys can enjoy Pride Month, shout out to the LGBTQs that are enjoying Pride Month right now. So,
all right, happy Pride Month, and yes,
the LGBTQs. Morgan just made them sound like a bunch of letters. Salute to the LGBTQs. You might as well just say salute to the GAYS.
Well, the GAYs might not identify as the T's, and the T's might not identify as the LG or the B. So, you got to get into it like that. But
sometimes why?
You're a clown, yo.
All right, y'all. That's our page news for 6 a.m. At 7. We'll talk about Trump's big, beautiful bill.
Yes, and I forgot to report sports. I mean, the Pacers beat the Knicks 125-108.
So, you didn't forget.
Okay.
You didn't want to acknowledge it. Everybody in Indiana.
I forgot. All right. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Break it up.
This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Well, good morning. Club is J.A. from Indy.
Of course.
What's up, J.A.?
You probably called at 3 o'clock this morning and waited online this morning.
No, I finished up my workout and I just figured I'd give you guys a call. How was your weekend, Andy?
My weekend was great. My mom turned 80 this weekend. Beautiful.
Happy birthday to Mama. Hey, did you see anything on TV that would interest either one of us?
You know what? I watched Tulsa King on the plane. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, I like that show. Mm-hmm.
So, I just want to say there's some good and bad news that I called about. The good news is that we're all healthy and alive. The bad news is that the Knicks lost again. And going into the summer, football season's about to start, and you got to root for the Giants. So it's going to be a bad year for you.
Damn, you ain't lying. Let me ask you a question, J.A. Do you think that the Pacers win one game against OKC, or will it be a sweep?
Damn, you're talking crazy to you.
Come on, Charlamagne. We going to win 4 games or 2. Respect Indiana a little bit.
You think the Pacers can beat OKC?
We are going to beat OKC.
Okay.
Well, good luck,
We're
Jay.
standing on that. So I appreciate y'all. I just want to say good morning. Have a good day. Oh, real quick, Jess.
Yes.
You're talking about daylight saving time. Go to Europe. Not that it matters, but I've been there. The sun rises at 4 a.m. Trust me, it's different.
Okay, I appreciate that.
We locked in. Y'all have a good day and good luck, DJ.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Damn, he consistent with his disrespect.
I know, right? Hello, who's this?
My name is Kim. I'm calling from Chucktown.
What's up, 4-3?
What up, Kim?
What's happening?
Morning.
4-3 downtown, Rutledge Avenue.
You are ready.
What's up? Get it off your chest.
Here's what I really. So I'm just trying to say this in a nice way, but I don't know how. But I'm saying it anyway. I just want to cook a worker. That's it.
You said you just want to smack a coworker?
I just want to smack her wig on right.
At least you ain't say you want to box him in the mouth. Who you want to smack?
Well, I will box him in the mouth yet.
Okay.
But I want a body slam. Do you know the type of people like, okay, they work nice on it, right? And evidently that's the shit you like.
Do you have us on Bluetooth, Mama?
Your phone sound a little muffled.
Take us on Bluetooth or speaker if you got us on Bluetooth or speaker.
Evidently that's the shit you like. And if you like that, that's fine. But don't give me all the vitriol when I come to work 6 o'clock in the morning. I ask you one question.
So why can't y'all just have a conversation about it?
She got an attitude problem. And she got these like child scared of her.
Why can't y'all just have a conversation about it?
I already tried to have one, and you know it's really hard to have one. And here's the bad part: I'm in my 60s, and she's 70, and that's the problem. It's like you shouldn't even be acting this way. It's not like I'm dealing with a Gen Z or a young kid. I'm dealing with a person that's older than me.
Well, if you smack a wig off, you might kill her. So you better not even put hands on her.
Yeah, we not doing the smacking. We gonna have a nice conversation with her. You gonna pull her to the side. You gonna say, "Hey, girl, look, yeah, okay." And then y'all gonna have
I done tell this lady several times. I was like, why you talk so mean? I said, you getting ready to go home, I coming in, you should be happy. You know? Oh, I done sitting here all night. I got, it's like, I mean, the sun shining is a problem for this lady.
Damn.
And I'm like, this morning, I asked her one question. And she's the type of person, when you ask her a question, she assumes she knows the whole question. Because half of it she know, and she assumes that's what you gonna ask the rest of it, and she'd be so dead wrong. Like I asked her about water. I don't know. You asked me that, so I don't work that. I don't do that. That's my job. I asked her about the water in the refrigerator. That's all I asked her this morning. And I said, you know what? This is the second time. So I have to try to just go ahead and let this lady know.
Well, Kim, just breathe, Kim. Just breathe.
Don't be like that, Edie.
Kim, just breathe, okay?
I don't want to put you in the trash can because the old me will put you in the trash can.
Well,
the new me, God has been good to me. He has been, y'all. He has been. The old Kim would have just put that lady right in the trash can.
Well, remember that, you know.
I am so grateful for the new me.
That's right.
But this lady is rolling on the old Kim hard.
Well, keep praying. Keep praying. Keep doing your...
Please keep praying for me because I am
will.
serious. The way this lady walk around here and bully people, oh no, you'll bully over lady. I don't even take bullying like that. But I'm trying to be nice because she's older than me.
Okay, Kim, just breathe. We got to go, though, Kim. Just breathe, please.
Keep
don't hit the
discernment.
All right, I'll let you know what the bill is.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Goodbye. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed.
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Everything with me is blessed.
Call up next. 800-585-1051.
Not just me. I'm what the culture feeling.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hi. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I just called to say that we love and support you, Jess Hilarious, to say that the people who think that a woman is a construct is their premise is fundamentally flawed, because in order to assign any roles or expectations to something, you have to identify it first. And woman was always identified as female, and that's what it's defined as, an adult female. That doesn't deny transgender people or anything. That's just the truth. Okay. That's all I called to say.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Hello, who's this?
Lonnie from Maryland.
Lonnie from Maryland. What up, bro?
Maryland.
Chillin', man. What's up, Jess? What's up, Charlamagne?
What's up, Lonnie? How are you, sir?
Hey, listen, man. I'm good, man. I got to get off my chest, dog. Charlamagne and Envy been playing you for a long time. Let me tell you how, man. What's another word for donkey?
Ass.
Yeah, and every day he look you in the windows of your soul and ask you who you giving your donkey to. Charlamagne, you my man. I gotta look out. Envy, you wrong, bro.
You think I don't know that? We know how gay Envy is. Gay Envy is deep in the gaze of his soul.
Goodness.
No, that's not how you say it. Well, he's deep
in the gaze.
I'm not deep in nothing with your nothing.
His soul is really gay.
But look, I want to say,
Happy Pride.
Listen,
Happy Pride.
You're gay.
I want
in
to
the
say I love
depths of
y'all,
your
man.
soul.
Charlamagne, I was in the military for 20 years, brother. I got out, and because of you and a couple other folks, I started studying psychology. I applied for my master's in clinical social work. So I appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, bro.
Envy, look forward to seeing you at your car show. Jess, you just the best. I can't even, and Loren too, but Jess, you the best.
Thank you,
we
baby.
love you out here in Maryland.
Hey, we got a great guest this morning, too. I don't know if you know Dr. Rheeda Walker. She's the author of The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. That book is celebrating 5 years, so she'll be here this morning. So I think you would enjoy that.
Absolutely. I read that because of you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I can't wait.
Absolutely.
Brother. Have a good one. Be safe.
Yeah, take it easy. Yes, sir.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now we got the latest with Loren. What's up, Loren?
Hey, good morning. Yes, we do have the latest with Loren coming up because Cardi B hard launched Stefon Diggs over the weekend, and she wrote him out. Like, I mean, we seen him at the game, but like they did like their swipe throughs, their hey, we here together, don't play with us.
Oh, you mean like they announced that they together?
They didn't say we're together, but she posted a video twerking on him on that boat in Miami, photos of them two kissing on the boat. He did a swipe through, pictures from the game.
Like on their actual pages?
Yes.
Oh, all right.
Why you make it sound like it's PR? Like you said, hard launch. Like she.
That's what you do when you roll your bay out on the
like
gram for real. Like it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
all right.
Yeah.
You going to court today?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. We'll get into all that when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, let's get to the
Grab
latest
your
with Loren.
rainbows and go outside.
Loren becoming a straight fan. She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
You want a homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The largest. The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Dang. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Alrighty, so let's get right on into the latest. So Cardi B offset Stefon Diggs. So we did the reporting here last week about Offset, and there was a filing for spousal support. Once we did that report, Cardi B saw our report, and she saw the reports of the spousal request, and she got on Twitter Spaces and she spoke for herself. Let's take a listen to Cardi on spousal support.
The fact that I'm waking up right now to see that this and his team, I know it's not his team. I know it's his gonna tell the Breakfast Club the only reason why this asking for spousal support because I was asking for everything and because I don't be with my kids. Yo, you such a ass. Word to my mother. I want you to die, but I want you to die slow. When you die, I want you to die slow in the bed. And while you die, you gotta think of me. When I first filed for divorce, my lawyer filed for and this started spazzing, right? So I told my lawyer I asked for no child support because I want to be done with this marriage. Like, I feel like I'm tied up.
You don't want your kid's father to die, do you?
Yeah.
I think she's upset. Yeah. And so then after this, sometime after this, well, first, there's another audio because then she talks about actually being able to, the whole kids thing, because there was a claim allegedly that there's not a good relationship as far as like Cardi with her kids or him being able to see the kids, and she spoke to that. Let's take a listen.
Kiari is allowed to see my kids. He stood up my kids 3 times. He have seen Blossom only like 5 times. And I've been trying to save your face. But for you, stop playing saying that I don't be seeing my kids. Because you don't want to look like a less of a nigga. I allow you to talk to the kids every single day. If I allow you to talk to the kids, why would I not allow you not to see the kids? It was the point that he was making a big deal like, oh, I'm not going to go to New York to see the kids because I'm not going to be seeing my kids in a hotel room. I said, you know what? To make it easier for you, you could see the kids in my house. Just because I want my daughter to feel the love of her dad, okay? So before you start talking to me about I don't see my kids, you haven't seen the kids since March.
I don't want to know any of this. I don't want to hear about any of this. Like, some things should be worked out behind closed doors.
It's just sad to see a relationship happen like that.
Yeah.
It's just so damn sad.
Yeah, and then so following this, sometime in between.
And I'm sure Cardi's haters love this. They love to see when you're going through it.
Of course.
Yeah, I think Offset's too. Like
both of them, I'm sure.
Yeah, because people had so much opinions and stuff about their relationships. Anyway, let me get those photos about their relationship. Anyway, so people, this just adds to the conversation people are then able to have. But following this, because there was a lot of back and forth online, a lot of support for Cardi, a lot of support for Offset. Stefan Diggs and Cardi B got on Instagram, and they both separately did their own post. So Stefan Diggs did a swipe through, and he actually posted on June 1st, so beginning of the month type of thing. So he said in his caption, "To the month of May, I appreciate you nonetheless. Gotta stay focused." And we know that Cardi B has been dating Stefan Diggs. There were the photos of them at the Knicks game, but this is the first time that both of them have actually posted each other on their Instagram. So he did a swipe through, and in the swipe through includes a photo of him and Cardi B at that game. And the last video, which people of course pulled out there in the swipe through, is a video from that moment when the Migos were at the BET Awards. And the whole "did I get left off bad and boo" that whole conversation. Yeah. So he grabbed a part from that video. It's of Quavo saying like let's wrap it up then, something like that. So people grabbed it because they're like, okay, this is a shot at Offset. And then you got Cardi, who came back online as well, and she posted a swipe through herself. Now her swipe through included photos from the beach on that boat in Miami that they were on. Them two hugged up, kissed up.
I saw those. I don't want to see them.
She also posted photos.
Let me see. Pass them over.
She also posted photos of like a bunch of flowers she received, and she's holding the flowers that like filled the living room. She also posted a video of her and Stefan Diggs on a boat getting crazy.
Hey,
like
man,
on them.
looking at those pictures hurt my feelings, okay? Because your ex-wife, the mother of your child, done moved on and found love with somebody else. That hurt to see. If you got a good woman, if you love her, then you better do right by her, because it's going to hurt to see her with someone else. And when that someone else got a 3-year, $69 million contract with $26 million guaranteed. Oh, that's just odd, that tweet through.
That's crazy that your feelings hurt. Was your feelings hurt for her when Offset was out here with the hoes?
If Offset had a richer woman, yes.
Oh, yeah, no.
I would be a little.
Right, yeah.
But no, that ain't how this is working out.
All right. Well, she deserved all she getting. And yes, look like she be getting down. I love it.
That hurts to see. I'm not going to lie, bro.
Yes. She look good on that boat. All that. They look good together, honey. Love it.
It just,
I'm so happy.
It hurt. It hurts to see. As a man, it's just like, damn.
I'm happy for this.
Because that can happen. That can happen if you
F up. If you don't do the right thing, of course.
I think a lot of us.
That woman will move on.
I think a lot of us thought too that maybe one day they would figure it out. It would be good or whatever. But yeah, it seems like she's completely where she's at now.
And listen, he over there crying in ad-libs. Crazy.
There's no need for you to do that.
It's too bad. So sad. So sad.
You see what I'm saying? He said how cold women are. Women
so
cold.
Sad.
I think for the women that are, because there was a lot of women defending Cardi when we did it, our story about just the spousal support. People feel like they've been along this ride with them because there was a lot of the cheating allegations and things on Offset's side, but they were very public. So people feel for Cardi. They feel like, she's finally trying to get her things together, and all these explosions keep happening.
Oh, Cardi doing her thing, and Cardi has every right to do that. Like I'm just simply saying, as a man, it hurts to see, because that is what happens. When that woman is fed up and when that woman is ready to move on, she gonna move on and live her best life, and it's gonna hurt to see.
It's just sad to see, because we seen both of them come up in this industry, right? We see them start dating, we see them get married, we see them have children, we see them mess up together, we see them get back, we see them do music, and then just to see that is just sad, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody sad but Offset. The hell? Now, what else you got going on?
He's so stupid.
That's it for
what the hell is going on
Jess
here?
ain't got this. Monday morning, don't play with Jess today, okay?
Excuse
me. Pride Month just started. You was not having it.
Yes. And I was thinking to myself, I said, wake up, bitch, it's the morning. Pride. Grab your rainbows and go outside. Hey, pride. Let's get it.
Are you on the court today?
Well, guess what? Listen. Cardi is the homie, but Offset being sad is enough for me. I have a little empathy for him.
Okay.
Just a little.
The whole situation
As a
is
man,
sad.
I have a little empathy just because I'm like, damn, bro. She out here with somebody else not living her best life.
Yes.
This man got a $69 million contract with 26
Why
million.
you talk about the money? That's all you care about. The money.
It's a lot of money. I mean, Offset got his own money too, but what did we expect Cardi B to do?
That's what I'm saying at the end of the day.
That's why the spousal support thing wasn't a good look.
Yeah.
Because when you out there living your best life with somebody who got that kind of paper and then whatever's happening in the courtroom says you looking for spousal support, that don't look right.
Yeah.
Not at all.
That don't look
just
right.
get over it. Niggas get divorced every day, B.
Jess is crazy.
Move on.
They talking about him potentially getting cut from the Patriots over that boat video, though.
Oh my God, that boat video is still really much a thing.
Yeah,
very much a thing, and a lot of people too.
I don't think that's gonna happen though.
I was about to say I've seen a lot of people say that's a step too far to cut him.
Yeah.
But they just, I guess, I don't know.
Well, they got to prove what's in it, right? You don't know what's in it.
Yeah,
they got to prove what's in it.
Why did they have cameras on the boat?
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Jeff pointed something out this morning because y'all was saying it was an Altoid case. I never saw the video. I saw it this morning for the first time. That was a baggie.
When he pops it open, there's baggies.
No, it's a baggie, period.
I saw the pop open.
No, there was no pop open. It was a baggie.
Regardless of whatever we think it is.
The video I seen, it looked like a pop open. I don't know if it's the same video. It had two different things, but whatever I seen was what you showed me this morning wasn't a pop open, though.
That was a
I
baggie
saw
full of pink powder.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I will say, even outside of that, as we wrap up, the people just saying him being on the boat and having a good time in general was a bad look for the team, and that caused a lot of the upset too. And I'm like, but he's been outside. I don't. Look,
what?
I don't know. They having a reputation conversation, but yes, they would have to investigate and figure out what was what. But
well, no matter what would happen, no matter what happens with the Patriots or whatever, he still got the girl.
Man, could you cut it out?
Boom.
We're praying for all parties involved.
Just quick question: you going to court today? Who's on the stand? I know you're going to talk about it next hour, but
yeah, I'm not for sure who's on the stand today. I know they finished up with Mia, the personal assistant, with her cross examination on Friday, but I'm not for sure who's on the stand today. I'll get you the answer to that.
Okay, all right. Now, when we come back, we got front page news, and then Rickey Smiley will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Now, over the weekend, the Knicks were eliminated.
Oh, you can't even get it out.
I can't. The Pacers
right.
beat the Knicks 125-108. So the Pacers will be taking on OKC. The first game is June 5th.
Wasn't even the fact that they lost. They just got their ass busted. Did you think about how they fumbled in game one? The Knicks didn't want to win that series.
Yeah. It was horrible. Horrible. But what's up, Morgan?
Good morning, Envy. I'm so sorry. Thoughts and prayers. Let's talk about Trump's big, beautiful bill. So House Speaker Mike Johnson says the White House spending bill will actually strengthen Medicaid. Of course, this is from opposition on the other side of the aisle. Now, Johnson told NBC's Meet the Press the bill protects all safety net programs by implementing much-needed reforms. He added that it will cut the deficit by over $1 trillion over 10 years. Let's take a listen to House Speaker Mike Johnson on Trump's big, beautiful bill.
There are no Medicaid cuts in the big, beautiful bill. We're not cutting Medicaid. What we're doing is strengthening the program. We're reducing fraud, waste, and abuse. The reason we call it the big, beautiful bill is because it is a tremendous pro-growth package entwined in this legislation that is going to make everybody's incomes go up. There's going to be more job opportunity.
So the Senate will now debate the measure where Republicans can only afford to lose 3 votes. The multi-trillion-dollar tax and spending package narrowly passed the House last month. And after the Senate votes, House lawmakers will have to approve changes to the bill. I believe their deadline they're looking at is July 4th to get that passed. So I'll keep you guys posted on that.
Well, listen, here's the thing, too. If they aren't cutting Medicaid, you will know. So if your Medicaid gets cut, you will know they lied to you. So please remember Speaker Mike Johnson saying that they aren't cutting Medicaid. I hope they're not cutting it. But if they do cut it, you will know that they lied to you.
They say they're not cutting the Medicaid, right? But they're saying they're rooting out the waste, fraud, and abuse of it. So basically, if you're an illegal alien or if you're somebody, here that may not, supposed to be there, or if they supposedly feel that you don't qualify, then yeah, but that's where the cuts are. But that's when they're saying that's where it's that gray area of where they say it's supposed to be waste, fraud, and abuse. But, I'm not going to get too much into that. On the other side of the aisle, Democrats say Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill will kill Americans. That's what Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy told CNN's State of the Union. Let's take a listen to his comments.
When you lose your health care, you are much more at risk of early death. When rural hospitals close because of this bill, when drug treatment clinics close in Iowa and rural America because of this bill, more people will die at a younger age.
So Murphy says he fears rural communities will suffer the most if the bill is signed into law. Democrats say the White House is trying to cut Medicaid and other social safety nets by billions of dollars. Now, Republicans say they are much needed reforms to the programs that will cut the deficit. So, again, we'll keep you guys posted. As of today, Congress is still in recess, but they will be back in session tomorrow, and I'm going to be up there asking all the questions. So, President Trump, he says he will seek congressional approval for DOGE-related spending cuts in this fiscal year. Now, the Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Vought says the White House will use a special tool that recommends Congress take back spending that is already approved. That's called the Impoundment Control Act. The ICA, Impoundment Control Act, specifically addresses the president's ability to withhold or delay the spending of funds already appropriated by Congress. Now, Office of Management and Budget Director Russell Vought describes the rarely used procedure. Let's take a listen to his comments.
It's a provision that has been rarely used, but it is there, and we intend to use all of these tools. We want Congress to pass it where it's necessary. We also have executive tools. The very Impoundment Control Act itself allows for a procedure called pocket rescissions later in the year to be able to bank some of these savings without the bill actually being passed.
So he told CNN State of the Union it was used for over 200 years, but stopped in the 1970s, leading to fraud and abuse. So I'll keep you guys posted on what they're going to be trying to, what programs or where that money will be coming from, and how it will be replaced or reused in other areas. That one's fairly interesting. And one last one I think is impacting a lot of people, seem to be very upset about this. The Department of Labor has suspended operations at more than 100 Job Corps centers nationwide. The center in Detroit, a center in Detroit shut down last week, well ahead of the June 30th deadline for operations to be suspended, leaving alumni and others in shock. And announcing what is called a phased pause, the Labor Department said the program was no longer achieving the intended outcomes that students deserve. In addition, Labor Secretary Lori Chavez DeRemer pointed to a number of serious incident reports and our in-depth fiscal analysis. So that seems to be a developing story. It's breaking overnight. So I'm going to keep you guys posted as well as to what happens as a result of these Job Corps centers being shut down nationwide. But that could pretty much concludes your front page news. You guys can follow me on socials at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, follow at Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit us at BINnews.com. Thank you.
All right. Now, when we come back, Rickey Smiley will be joining us. We're going to kick it with Rickey Smiley, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Rickey Smiley.
Hey. Thank y'all for having me.
Don't you got your own show, Rickey? Don't you got your own show?
Yeah, I got up early. Pre-recorded a prank phone call, so let me slide on over here and be with my folks.
Man, Rickey, I would laugh so much watching your special, man. I was telling them that this morning.
You saw it?
What you mean I saw it?
Okay, yeah. I knew you was going to be with it.
Man, I laughed so hard. You know why? Because it felt warm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what you said that people might be offended by, it just felt like it was coming from a good place.
Yeah, they'll be all right. That's a problem, man. The comedy is just, everybody is too sensitive right now.
Yep.
We need to get back to the 90s when comedians did what they did. Eddie Murphy Raw is still funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't get offended at nothing. Eddie Murphy Delirious is funny. Jamie Foxx, Martin Lawrence, those specials are, Mark Curry, all of those specials are still funny, man. We just in a cancel culture.
Yeah.
And on this one, I just say what the hell I want to say.
Yeah.
And just have fun with the audience that came out to see you. They say, we want you. And that's what I gave them.
I wouldn't want a young kid to watch Eddie Murphy Raw Delirious. Especially a young member of the LGBTQ community.
Not right now.
You got to ease into that one. Now, you can't can't just turn. You can't just turn that one on now.
But is that why it took you 10 years to do another special?
No, man. You know what happened? I got into radio, got into raising the kids. I was still performing on the weekend. You just have to give yourself some space, give yourself a cushion to have a balanced life. You know, do radio, do shows or whatever, but then push the kids on the swing set and just have some fun and enjoy life and sit on the beach a few weekends instead of 3 shows on a Saturday, 2 shows on a Friday. And it ain't the shows, it's the in-between shows. Just, the 2 hour, the 2.5 to 3 hour wait for you to go back on stage in between shows, sitting in a room with comedians, and we run out of things to talk about, and your voice gone. And it just, that was kind of, I just needed a cushion. So I didn't put pressure on myself to do another one. I just kept performing. And David Talbert and Lynn Talbert, it was like, hey, man, you need to do another special. You haven't done one in years. I said, okay. So I was like, cool. And we did it. We shot it, did 3 shows. And it was fun. I had a good time. If I had one critique, I just felt like I don't know, just kind of felt like I had something to prove. And I think I should have just took a deep breath and just relaxed a little bit. When I go back and look at, you're your own worst critic. Right. You hear yourself on the radio, you're going to turn the station. You ain't going to sit up and listen to it. I can't stand to listen to myself.
Prove to who? What you got to prove to?
You just feel like you just have something to prove, like you coming out. Like calm down.
I felt like it was like a walk in the park. It was like an uncle at a cookout. Like you, that's what I was going to ask you. Did you write anything? It just seemed like you just had it and it was there. Like,
yeah. I had been working on some of that material for years. And it was just sharp. It was developed. I did it in comedy clubs. I had Rheeda Brent, comedian Special K, Big Sean, LeVar Walker, helping me out or whatever, giving me, punching up the stuff, making it funny and performing it.
Yeah.
So when you perform the stuff, just when we did shows together, how many times I'll pull y'all to the side and say, hey, look, you make a mistake right here. Do this right here, and then flip that, do that right there. I wish I could coach comedy. Now, that's what
I wish you can. We definitely need some comedy coaches.
I would tell her, I was on B. Simone ass one night.
Yeah.
I said, why did you do that? I brought her to the dressing room. I said, you need to do this like this. She said, for real? She said, I just really appreciate you even taking the time.
Are they receptive though? The younger comedians?
She was. Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But she was, because she did exactly what because we were all on tour.
We was on the
did
same
exactly what he told her to, and she got a bigger response.
Oh, wow. Sure did.
Yeah.
And we was just going crazy about it because, I take the time to coach them. I pull just to the side and say, hey, let's do this like this. Or what do you think? Or do you think this will work better? I don't try to tell them what to do. But that's our job because we was coached. You couldn't make no mistakes. You have to respect if somebody think enough of you to pull you to the side because most people not going to say nothing.
Yeah.
Can you coach people when they not funny?
Yeah, just don't go back on stage.
UPF is hiring.
Now you can write jokes, you can write funny, but they have to know how to perform it, or whatever. Or you just have to find that whatever that niche is and build from there, or whatever. Yeah. So,
is it okay for comedians to have writers?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So because some people are like, I write my own jokes, I do my own stuff. Like you see that so much, but. Now is the day. Rappers got writers now. They help with certain things. Is that okay, or is it one of those things like I
you
want to
give
write my
them
own
your
stuff?
concept. You say sometimes I have a punchline. I say here's a punchline. I tell you what. I tell you another story. Cedric the Entertainer wrote Lil Daryl.
No, now that I didn't know.
That's a true story.
Wow.
Now we opened up Uptown Comedy Club that was behind Houston's, where we was doing the opening weekend, and I said, "Say it." I got this joke about this kid saying his Easter speech. And we was in a 79 Cutlass driving up Peachtree. He said, oh, man. I said, what should I name it? He said, oh, man. He was going through that. He said, Lil Daryl. He said, Lil Daryl. He said, yeah, he's saying the Easter speech. And he said, my name, Lil Daryl. And let's say it, Cedric the Entertainer pretty much helped me develop that entire joke that changed my entire career. I did that joke on Comic View, and my career took off. Like, they still talk about it. People weren't even born. Well, I don't know if you was born when I did.
No, but I know exactly. I know it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Say it, develop that joke for me.
You're saying things in this special that people need to hear. For example, tell this brother in Envy why he shouldn't dye his beard.
Yeah, don't die because that just for men or whatever.
That's exactly what he
just
used.
for men.
I got a little dye in there, but I let the little gray seep out a little bit because women like that. Right?
Yes.
You a zaddy.
Okay.
Be one.
A zaddy.
Envy, we got to get off that van. We got to get off that van with them OGs, with them gray beards, with them suits on.
That's right.
Envy, we got to get off the van with them.
I like my little Jess with Men a little bit. I like my little Jess with Men.
Let the little gray come on out. Women like that.
I got a couple that
Yeah.
come in.
Now, I got the little gray coming out or whatever, but I took an eyeliner, the little mascara, and kind of brushed over this part, or whatever. But you got to make sure you got a nice blend. Like, I'm young, but the gray shows the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You do that, and you take your 2 honey packs and have them sticking out of your pocket. let them know you can still clap them cheeks.
Let them know you still got it. Stupid. We're still kicking it with Rickey, Smiley now. Do you still get butterflies or nervous when you're on stage?
Hell yeah.
You do it so much.
Man, if you don't have a bubble in your air, you about to fart, like you got passing gas, just you ever farted like headed to the microphone?
I'm talking about like take a like right before, like 20 seconds before you gotta go on, you feel it right at the tip. You be like, damn.
She's done that here. How about that?
Oh yeah. Jess and Mike Epps don't care. They'll blow up anybody's bathroom.
What?
Mike Epps farted on the set of Friday After Next, and we had to stop taping.
No, man, was that bad?
Yeah, it was in the little house where we was doing the scene with the Christmas tree fighting. Mike Epps let one go that day. They said we got to take a break.
God damn!
It wasn't enough spray. It was something in there. I don't know what Mike Epps ate. But him and Jess, they don't care. They blow up bathrooms. I got sick. I was so nervous. Donnell Rollins low down ass. I don't know if you did that show when the Martin Lawrence tour was in Atlanta. I don't know if I think it was B. Simone.
Yeah.
So COVID had just came out. Donnell Rollins goes on stage. And man, he started doing this stuff. He took the hand sanitizer on stage. And that was when COVID first started, because 2 weeks after that, they canceled all the shows to tour because COVID had got dangerous. And he had the hand sanitizer, and he was pumping and skeeting the hand sanitizer everywhere on stage. The freaking audience was going crazy. I'm on side of stage, not realizing that I was next.
Damn.
I'm celebrating. I'm like, my Roman said, hey, Rick, you next. You need to get your together because look what he doing. Man, he did a 26,000 standing ovation. However many people that arena, 12,000, 20,000, whatever the State Farm arena. A full house standing ovation.
I don't believe Donnell Rollins ever got a standing ovation.
No, we ain't gonna do that.
They don't do that.
We ain't gonna do that. You gonna do that too. That's my guy.
That's our guy, man. We always
I know he's just talking.
We always
He be getting
mad though.
Donnell really gets mad. He didn't have a standing ovation.
Oh, you should have been there.
I believe Donnell funny.
Tell Benji Brown to send you the video. Benji Brown got it on tape.
Shout out to Benji Brown.
Yeah, shout out to Benji Brown. So I was next. So I have a playbook, Charlamagne. So I have acts 1 through 9. So it's not different jokes, but it's the order that I do the jokes depend on what happens before I go on stage. You know what I'm saying? I watch Nick Saban's speech before I perform.
Oh, so okay.
You watch a Nick Saban or a Coach Prime speech, you can transform that into comedy in order to get motivated.
Yeah.
I'm not lying, man. Football.
So what has Nick Saban or Prime said that you actually, like, what's a line that you remember that you go out there and you...
It's like he always talk about winning and being your best, and it just builds you up to where you need to be to do whatever it is that you need to do, even though we're not playing football. So here, Donnell Rollins on stage, and you got all of the bloggers on the first 2 rows, all the celebrities on the first 2 rows. And if you have a bad show in Atlanta, you can kiss comedy.
Period.
Let's just kiss and say goodbye. Your career is over. You finna be in all the blogs. If they walk out on you, you about to be in the blogs. And he got a standing ovation, and I had to come with it. And I went on stage and I put that work in and got a standing ovation behind him. And
I saw the blog. I saw when they wrote about you getting a standing ovation in Atlanta. They ain't mentioned Donnell though.
They did. Charlamagne. Now you gonna have him showing up at my show, standing up in the aisle, and then there's gonna be a Donnell Rollins and Rickey Smiley instead of Donnell Rollins and Corey Holcomb. Hey, Donnell, you know you my boy. I'm giving you props.
Dang.
Kick Charlamagne's ass, not mine. Yeah. So and I went backstage and I was throwing up and
damn.
Yeah.
Why?
At the same time, because it was pressure. You can't get no standing ovation. Your career is over. Everything you work for, if you don't have a good show in Atlanta.
You look at every show like that, like you have to get that, or
certain cities.
No, that particular city in Donnell Rollins did this COVID joke that shocked the crowd, and it was so freaking funny. I don't even think he wrote
COVID
that
was
damn.
fresh, and it
COVID
was right,
was
right.
fresh.
So we was like tipping,
and he
right
did
there.
the joke off the top of his head, and he was just improvising. That wasn't no written joke because you can't. The joke was not developed, so right because COVID had just came out, so it's fresh. So he off the top of his head, he ripping. I'm seeing drug dealers with necklaces on, falling all on the floor, crying, people getting up, slapping each other. You ain't seen that since Def Jam.
That's crazy.
Not that kind of laugh.
Slapping each other.
You know, they black people got to be extra.
Doing too much.
What's success to you when it comes to that special? Or just getting it out? Is that just
making sure that it's special? That's the thing. They call them specials, but the question becomes you want it to be special. You want it to be one that you and your mom gonna pull out on Thanksgiving. Like this special right here, I believe that they're going to pull it out every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. We're going to sit down and watch the special. Not a lot of cussing, maybe 1 or 2 cuss words. You can watch it with your kids. They can get by the 1 or 2 cuss words that I use. And, every Thanksgiving and Christmas, that's going to be something that people will watch. Just like they watch Lil Daryl and the How You Do That there with the bass guitar. Charlamagne, I had that in there. We had to edit it out because I couldn't get 10%. So whoever owned 10% of that song, we could not find them to pay them.
Wow.
Or whatever. But the Thanksgiving and the Christmas part of it is my favorite. Tommy Davidson FaceTimed me yesterday, still laughing at one joke about the midget. And it just wiped him out. He went from... We was at the Improv in Hollywood. Tommy Davidson went from table to table repeating this joke while it was still showing on the screen. He wouldn't sit his ass down. And he was going from table to table just repeating that joke, and I just sat back.
Salute to Tommy. That's a lot of funny shit. I like when she call herself trying.
That is so true, yo. That's every aunt, every uncle, every grandmother.
Yeah, the black mamas don't play that.
No.
The white people say, oh my God, my daughter is gay. The black mamas, where Brianna? She's not there calling herself liking.
That's some holiday though. But that's when you find out about that type of shit.
And all people messy. Because nobody asks you. We ask, where is Brianna? Why does she have to say that? Why can't she just say she's in the back room, back there, and here's some mess, calling herself like it.
Yo.
Yeah, now that was the moment they hit the floor.
Yes. That was funny, man.
Do you ever feel like you have to reinvent yourself for the new generation?
I did at one point, but I stopped doing that. I just started feeling like I have a fan base. I have an audience that love me and love what I do. And y'all don't ever forget this. Stick to what you do. You don't have to fit in with certain crowds and certain cultures and certain organizations. You don't have to fit in. Do what you do. Why do people come to see you? I don't care who's funny and how funny they are. You might not be as funny. Do you? You know, God brought you here for a reason. God, like these last 2 years have been the toughest 2 years of my life. I wrote my son's name and birthday on the wrist of my arm before I went on stage because my son was a comedian, you know, and my son is on the special. So after I say goodnight or whatever, and the credits rolling, you can see a clip of me and Brandon on stage.
Yeah.
And Brandon standing there performing. He, it shows about 5 minutes of his performance, split screen with the credits on the other side. So what a great way to honor your son.
Yeah, that's dope.
With us on stage together like we was. I had him on stage when he was 7 years old telling jokes. And so I would take him on tour, have toys in the dressing room or whatever. I raised all my kids in the dressing room. They can tell you what every dressing room looked like.
Yeah.
So it was a blessing to do that. Yeah.
We're still kicking in with Rickey Smiley. His new comedy special is out on Hulu right now. Charlamagne?
You've always spoke about feeling Brandon's presence during performances. So how does that spiritual connection manifest on stage for you?
It's almost like you doing it for him. You doing it for your son. Now my son or whatever, he had his favorite comedians. Your kids always want to grow up try to be different from you. I don't want to be like you. My son loved Eddie Griffin. My son loved Roy Wood Jr. and stuff. And he just had the different comedians that he liked or whatever. So he had a whole different style of doing comedy. His comedy was more, kind of like thoughtful, a mix between Roy Wood Jr. and Lil Rel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was his whole style. He had a lot more He was a lot more intelligent on stage.
So he didn't know a lot of the older comedians. He just
he knew
had his
him,
picks.
but he just had his own style, of performing. Whatever. I enjoyed him. I miss him, but these last 2 years was really, really tough. I don't wish that on nobody.
Yeah.
I don't wish that on my worst enemy. It's horrible. So shout out to all the mothers, all the parents out there that had to bury a child and lost a child. Keep your kids in sports, keep them in athletics. The discipline and the structure matter. We got to learn to give kids more of what we had as opposed to what we did not have.
Right.
That's what's ruining kids. Well, if you like who you are, then give the kids what you had. I just wish everybody the best, and I hope all of y'all kids are safe, graduate college, and go on to be productive people.
I agree with all of that, but I will say some of these kids need a little bit more than going to the water fountain. If you're dealing with some,
so you really deal,
man. Yes, man.
Oh yeah, he right.
If you're dealing with some type of like mental health issues or emotional issues, you need more than the water fountain, Rickey.
Yeah. They didn't have medicine for ADHD.
No, hell no.
When we was growing up, it was go to the water fountain. You know what I'm saying? Sit me in a classroom with those lights like that going all the way across or whatever. Just back before you started exchanging classes. You was in one. You remember that elementary school?
Being in one class.
I don't even know if they got that no more. I keep wondering, do they still got the trailers in the back?
Nope. Hey, stop.
The trailers?
Stop.
What?
Charlamagne was in one of those classes.
Your class was in the trailer?
That's a method class I failed to stand it out.
For a second. He was in that. He was on that short bus too for a second too.
I don't know if they still got the short bus. Do they? I don't even see him no more.
No, they put them on the bus with the regular kids. And I know back then they go to lunch at 9:30.
Yeah, they used to eat before everybody.
Yeah, they go to lunch at 9:30 because they get out at 12. And I had history class first period, and I could hear them running down the hall at 9:30 when that little 9:30 would be a short bell, like ring ring or whatever, not a long bell.
What you mean you can hear them?
Like bring, you can hear them because of it was like clicking, the noise. Back then they wore the shoes with the with the steel on the side or whatever. And
not all of them.
Not all of them, just some of them. And some of them would run real fast or whatever. And I would sit there and just crack the hell up.
What it used to sound like?
Lunch, running down the hall or whatever.
Where you going to hell, Rickey Smiley?
You going to hell. you gonna go, but we want to bring love back. It's
we
time.
Going together on the show bus.
Yeah, we all going to hell, and it's time for us to bring love. And Jess, I bought you a gift. This is something for Jess. This is for Jess, but it's also a Charlamagne is going to hell production. Make sure y'all watch my special on Hulu. Are you ready, DJ? You ready? Here you go. Hit the music. Music break.
Oh Lord, is it a midget scribble?
Yeah.
Brandon.
We're doing this with
What?
Hey. Check the verse.
Do it. Move out the way. Go ahead, Chris.
Wow.
You know Jess love a Chris now. Yes, his name Chris. My guy. Chris, make sure he pay you now. Did he pay you? I hope he gave you a down payment now before you got up here.
I know you so well.
Huh?
I know you so well.
Yes, sir.
That's Charlamagne.
I know.
You know, Rickey.
And you know what that is?
Yeah, I know.
Who?
Female rapper.
Yeah, the rapper.
Yes,
That's close enough. That's Jess Hilarious.
I know.
He said, I know.
Nice.
All right.
Do you know him?
Yeah, I know him.
Who that is?
DJ.
I'm a buddy right there.
That's my
DJ
buddy.
That's my buddy.
That's his butt right there.
That's my
Man,
buddy.
he ain't say that. Chris don't get down
Hey,
like that.
He watch y'all every day.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, so we had to give you a look, they had to serenade.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, we
Make
appreciate
sure he
you.
pay you, man.
Hold on, sit down quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna got a song for my brother.
You got a song?
Yeah.
What is it?
For my brother.
What's
the song?
Yeah, I YouTube. Look up YouTube.
Oh, you got a song.
You can't do it a cappella?
It's on YouTube. Where?
Y'all ain't paying me.
What is it?
It's on the, what is on the Willie?
This is my brother.
Oh, that's the name of the song?
Yes.
Oh, we got it. Oh, Chris ain't coming here to play. Chris said, I ain't coming on this radio for nothing, Rickey. You think it's a game.
This is my brother.
Chris said, joke on you, Rickey. I'm about to get my song off. Talk to him, Chris.
Hold on. Yeah. I'll tell you quick, y'all. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
Quick. My uncle Charlamagne.
Yes, sir.
My uncle, he gone from Pennsylvania.
Right.
And he a passed away.
Rest in peace.
He said to me, though, he said, like for Chris, I'll be a rapper in your life.
Right.
Yeah, he passed it to me.
Yeah.
When we doing the one song.
Yeah.
For my brother.
Yeah.
No, final song for my brother.
Then our last song. Let's go.
I love you. I miss you.
And this answer mountain, you gonna rap it?
Yeah, I know it.
It's about to come on. Yeah. Video too. Stand up, Chris.
They never hear my brother do it. Never hear the polo. Say for the big brother, and never hear them love you. Never hear them miss you. And never hear my heart break. Never hear my blood rush in my eyes and love you. Never hear them miss you. Never hear them love you. Never big brother do it. Never hear them love you. Never hear them father say. Never hear them love you too. Out about my family say I never hear them miss you. Never hear them miss you. I never hear them love you. And never big brother do you. And never hear them love you. Never hear them miss you. Never hear your toes. Never big brother say to you. And never hear them miss you.
Get him, Chris. Get him, Chris. Hey. Come on, Chris. Hey. Get him, Chris. Hey. Get him, Chris. Hey. Get him. Oh. Get him, Chris. 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 Oh. Get him, Chris.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Big Chris, Rickey, Smiley. The new special Foolish is streaming now on Hulu.
Yes.
The star of the show,
Yes.
Big Chris.
Chris ain't
I
playing.
love you, Ricky.
Chris
You're
ain't
crazy.
playing. Tell them where to follow you on social media, Chris.
Yeah.
I got it.
Okay.
Find me on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Subscribe me YouTube.
Big Chris.
Big Chris Mill, baby.
Big Chris Smith.
Big Chris Smith.
Big
All right.
Chris Smith.
Thank y'all for the
Watch your
opportunity.
Foolish on Hulu, y'all.
Absolutely. Rickey, Smiley, we appreciate you. It's the Breakfast Club.
I'll
Good
never
morning.
come back when you're here.
All right, well, let's get to the latest with Loren.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on this.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So over the weekend, it was revealed that Rihanna's dad, Ronald Fenty, actually passed away at age 70 in LA. So I wanted to send her and her family, some love and healing. And I know her and her dad, because when people reported this, people were confused as if they didn't know that Rihanna had a relationship with her dad. Her and her dad had their issues, but they had recently reconciled. And he was actually, I just saw an interview from him a couple months ago where he was talking about being excited for her new baby and all the things.
That's still her dad, regardless.
Yeah, but I think with celebrities, if you don't see the parent next to the celebrity every single time you see the celebrity, people like to make it seem like I don't know, like it's not a thing. Like it is still her dad regardless, but for some reason people look at celebrities and their relationships a bit differently.
I'm gonna send condolences regardless.
Yeah.
If that was her dad or not, but that's because you said it.
Yes. So there was a photo of her brother arriving to the hospital in LA, and TMZ actually broke the photo of that story following the passing of Rihanna's dad and said that Rihanna was in the car arriving with her brother to the hospital, but she's not visible in the photo. But yeah, he was suffering, battling some sort of illness. So yeah, just sending her some love.
Absolutely.
During the time.
Her and her family.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Now Trey Chaney from The Wire.
Yes,
they were all up
Trey
here.
Chaney, for sure.
Yes. So he actually he revealed something over the weekend that he lost everything in a tornado that hit his home in Atlanta, which also sent his son to the ICU. Let's take a listen to Trey Chaney.
I just got out the hospital. I'm getting ready to go see my son in ICU. 3 p.m. today, a tornado came through Henry County, Locust Grove, Atlanta. I lost my house. I lost everything in it. Thank God I'm still living. I survived the tornado. My son, he survived. I'm doing a video to let y'all know right now, man, cherish life. Cherish life as much as you can. Me and my son had a beautiful day today. Big Tigger show. We was with Snoop from the Wild. We was chilling. And 3 o'clock today, a split second, my house is gone. I just got out the hospital. Thank you, Jehovah God, man, for sparing my life today. That I survived the tornado. Shout out to all my neighbors in my neighborhood who ran to my rescue. My son was thrown 300 feet out of his room. I was sitting on my bed and I heard the wind and I felt everything and everything gone.
Man, when I tell you I prayed for Trey Chaney and his family this weekend after I saw that story, because literally just like that, no tornado warning, no nothing. You just sitting in your house, your son's playing video games, tornado comes through, next thing you know, you're watching your whole house collapse on top of you.
Yes.
And then you look around and you're trying to find your son. And he's 300 feet away in the woods. Now his son in the ICU, and his son's born day was yesterday, 19 years old.
Celebrated his 19th birthday in the ICU. Now his son, I have a photo of, this is from the video that Trey posted, where you can see there's literally nothing left of his home. Now Trey's son Malachi did celebrate his 19th birthday in the ICU. That was actually his 4th day in the ICU. And Trey mentioned that Malachi has several broken ribs, broken bones in his face, and that Trey and his wife are currently staying with friends and family in between shelters and hotels. Now let's take a listen, because he did give an update on his son Malachi's health.
Just wanted to update the world on a few things. Me and my wife Aisha Chaney, our son Malachi Chaney, he is stable. It's definitely very slow progress, but he's living and he's breathing. It's going to be a long journey, a long road to recovery for Malachi Chaney. Me and his mother, Aisha, we have him covered. The whole world has him covered. Thank y'all for y'all prayers. Thank y'all for y'all donations. Let me be clear, it's only one GoFundMe account as well, and it's under Maria Knott. So it's only one GoFundMe account. Mentally, I'll be messed up forever. When my wife drove up and I was on the ground and my son was 300 feet, got thrown 300 feet in the back of that house, watching my wife collapse on the ground from seeing that horrific picture that's going around. This wound could stay forever.
Let me tell you something else too, man. The way that he has shown unwavering faith in God through all of this is so impressive, because a lot of times we love to praise God when things are going good, but you should be giving God the glory all the time, even when things are so-called bad, and he is absolutely positively doing that. Absolutely. So if you're looking for his GoFundMe, it's go to his Instagram, Trey Chaney Vision, TrayChaney Vision, Vision. And yeah, man, if you feel it in your heart, to donate a little something to him, do it. If not, prayer is free.
Absolutely. Yes. Yep. And they're currently they're trying to hit a 100K goal. They're at a little bit over $89,000. And make sure it is the one by Maria Knott that he mentioned.
And that happened Friday, right?
It happened May 29th.
May 29th.
That was Wednesday or Thursday, actually, because Friday was the 31st.
Yep, last week.
Yeah, that happened Thursday, May 29th. Yep, and he's been documenting. Also, too, if you go to his Instagram, he's been keeping you updated daily on his son and how his son is doing and how they're doing as well. So,
but things can change just like that. Like literally, because I follow him on Instagram. So literally that morning he was at Big Tigger show.
Yeah.
And then you go home and you just kicking it with your son. Your son's upstairs, and all of a sudden, boom,
just like that.
Just like that.
You know what's crazy when because I didn't see it until you sent it to me. After you sent it to me, I saw then CNN also picked it up. I saw people people
That's
begin to
it's awareness
and they need the help. They're just this literally the money that they're raising is going to help them like rebuild their lives, but also too like they need to stay somewhere right now. They have nothing.
That's why I sent it to you. I sent it to you and I said amplify it.
Yeah, I thought it was crazy. Yeah, I thought it was crazy that it took people so long to kind of catch it and see it. But I'm happy that people are seeing it now either way, and I'm happy that they're here.
Absolutely.
In other news, MVU asked me about court today. Who's going to be in court with Diddy? So they're actually going to be finishing up the cross-examination with Mia, who's a former personal assistant. Brian Steele has been on cross. That's Young Thug's attorney. And he has been doing, he's been trying to do everything he can to make Mia's testimony not be credible by bringing up things like Instagram posts of her like enjoying her life while working, formerly with Diddy, and birthday posts and things of that nature. So they're going to finish that today. And then there will be a media personality, radio and podcast personality, Enrique Santos, who I'm a little bit confused about why he's taking a stand.
Enrique?
You know him?
What you mean do we know him?
Enrique Iglesias.
works.
So what we
That
talking about?
big iHeart Mafia.
I didn't know that. Well, can you call him and ask him?
Stop playing.
For real?
I didn't know. I didn't know him. I literally been Googling why is he taking the stand?
Man, stop playing with
I
me
swear
this
to God.
morning.
He's a huge jock. He does Latin music. He's on all the Latin
Had
stations.
no
He's
idea,
like
but he's
syndicating a bunch of them.
He is taking the stand. So
Man, that ain't. You show me. You got to show me
Yeah,
that.
that might not be the right one.
Maybe this is.
Let me see a picture.
Okay, so next witness is Enrique Santos and then Eddie Garcia. Who
You don't laugh, man.
Man, Enrique living my dream.
Wow.
And then I Googled why is Enrique Santos testifying in the Diddy case, and it
Stop.
says Enrique Santos at Radio Open Podcast. Here, take it.
Oh yeah, he's at iHeart.
Yeah,
Let me see. They got his picture?
No, they no picture.
No,
You say he's an artist?
No, he's
He's an
he's
iHeart Radio morning personality.
I asked why
one
is
of
he
the biggest when
testifying?
it comes to Latin.
Yes. The biggest when it comes to Latin.
I don't know. But anyway, so that
Man! Give me a live stream.
You see what I see, right? Yeah.
What?
According to Inner City Press, it
What
said
is going
everything
on?
I'm Googling.
What is going on?
What are y'all
Enrique,
whispering
what
about?
did you see at a dinner party? What is going on?
Yes, Jess.
What?
Charlotte.
Well, there's also
Now, you know, I don't even like to be nosy, but I got to dig Enrique about what is going on.
Is he gay?
Who, Enrique?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, mind your business.
They don't mind my business.
Since
Since when we holding gay back?
I don't
It's
know.
pride.
Yeah,
Like,
mind
come
your
on,
business.
yo, what's up? I look. I just want to know, is he gay?
yeah.
It
I don't
plays
know
a
what
big
that has
part
to
in
do
the
with anything.
case.
What does that have to do with anything?
It plays a big part in the case.
No,
yo.
it don't.
Like, the case
I don't even know why he's testifying.
They didn't say he was at a Diddy party, did he?
I just said I'm not clear why he's testifying. I've asked people close to the
Man,
attorneys.
make sure that's
why.
our Enrique. Is that
Google says that it is. Inner City Press says
Jesus!
Enrique Santos. Like I am very confused here. So and then after him will be a man named Eddie Garcia who
Eddie? That's not our Eddie, right?
Eddie Garcia. Our Eddie from Philly.
I know Envy getting called. It's only a matter of time. They're calling Enrique. I know Envy getting called.
Lord have mercy.
I was never there, sir. I never participated, never went,
You
never
was a
DJ.
Ciroc boy.
I was a Ciroc boy for a short period of time.
I had the audio of Trump talking about pardoning Diddy, but y'all didn't spend so much time on it.
We can play.
Somebody asked Trump if he was going to pardon Diddy recently over the weekend. Let's take a look. Listen.
Back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But first of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, he sort of that relationship busted up. From what I read, I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden, you know. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Yeah, so, I mean, and I also asked, was there going to be any response from Diddy's attorneys or anybody just in response to Trump saying he would even take a look? And no.
50 Cent said
50 gave a response.
50 said he's calling Trump and he's not having it. Okay, he said Diddy has said a lot of disparaging things about Donald Trump, and 50 said he's not having it.
Now 50 dove right in.
Damn.
Yeah, he also said, I didn't say I was going to nuke anything. This is what 50 Cent said. I simply said I will make sure Trump is aware of the things that Diddy said. So
50 crazy.
Yeah, I want to know more about the Enrique Santos.
You and me both. I can't think of nothing else.
And this nigga told me about my business like he not out. Like he's not out. He's the first openly gay broadcaster in Spanish radio. Yes, this is going to be interesting.
No, I didn't say that because of that. I said that because what that got to do with him testifying?
No, it don't matter. I asked the
That's
question.
why you need to
talking
stop
about
listening to this crazy boy over here.
We're on the radio. Like that, mind my business.
That information was not
we
imperative.
never
Just
asked
the question.
Why is it?
No, you didn't. You told her that.
No, I didn't tell her nothing.
Yes, you did.
I didn't tell her nothing.
See?
Well, listen.
We'll talk after. Okay, that's it.
All right. Well, that was the latest with Loren. Donkey today. Who you giving your donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour, we need a man named Christian Anguiano to come to the front of the congregation. We'd like to have a word with him, please.
All right, we'll get to that next. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
I was born a donkey.
It's the donkey of the day.
from? Charlamagne the devil?
The Breakfast Club.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Monday, June 2nd goes to a Modesto, California man named Christian Alejandro Solario Anguiano. I don't think I pronounced any of that right. Okay, that is a name that ICE agents would have at the top of their list just in case they would monitor a name like that. And honestly, with a name like that, he might get sent to El Salvador because he was arrested for sexual battery, burglary, stalking, and assault with the intent to commit a felony. All those charges will get you deported in Trump's America, especially with a name like that. And it don't even matter if you are an American citizen. Okay, they're gonna put you on that deportation flight to El Salvador. Well, what exactly did Christian Alejandro Solario Anguiano do? Let's go to CBS News for the report, please.
Got a strange one for you tonight out of Modesto. The Stanislaus County Sheriff says they've arrested a man last week after he allegedly broke into a woman's home at night, then bit and licked her toes while she slept. Let's give you some context. The sheriff's office says the man arrested, seen here, 27-year-old Christian Anguiano, had been stalking the woman for months, following her home from work several times. Despite a number of people confronting him, deputies say he just wouldn't stop. Would even sleep in the car outside her home. Woman is okay. Anguiano, though, suspect's being held on a $325,000 bail.
He broke into her house just so he could treat her feet like a churro. Cinnamon swirl, full tongue action, sweet, sticky, slightly confusing. Okay, El Toe Liquor Supremo, toe sucking king of the dance floor. How you break into someone's house with Sazon for their feet? This man is a telenovela villain. Okay, first of all, what's the point of stalking? At what point does a man understand this woman don't want you? And what part of your brain makes you believe that breaking into this woman's house and sexually assaulting her toes was going to make her like you? Okay, I don't know why I got this far. If this man was following this woman home after her shifts, sleeping in his car outside her residence, checking her doors to see if they are unlocked to gain entry, if he was doing all of that, he should have been on ICE's radar a long time ago, okay? Somebody should have been put him in handcuffs. This man was confronted by her co-workers to leave her alone, but none of that stopped him, okay? The lesson to be learned here is that this incident underscores the importance of taking stalking behavior seriously. And we got to implement stronger protective measures for victims. And by stronger measures, we got to let people get their ass kicked, okay? That's what I mean by stronger measures. There has to be some sort of community policing that can happen. The same way it's citizens arrest, we have to make it okay in certain situations for citizens to put their foot up other citizens' asses. Okay, co-workers went to him and told him to cut it out. He was sleeping outside that woman's home. He was checking for unlocked doors at her residence. All of that should equate to a community jumping. Okay, now if that's too extreme for folks, then we got to enhance legal protections, all right? You got to have strong laws against stalking and ensure swift actions when victims report they are being stalked. You got to use stories like this to increase public awareness. We have to educate the public about the signs of stalking and the importance of reporting suspicious activities. And most importantly, we got to support the victims. Okay, provide resources and support systems for people who feel threatened. You can't wait until somebody breaks into somebody's house and turns their toes into tamales to care. Okay, so please give Christian Anguiano the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yes, indeed.
Now, when we come back, Dr. Rheeda Walker will be joining us. It's the 5th year anniversary of her book, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health.
You know, I gift that book to everybody. I tell everyone that is one of the most she's one of the most culturally competent mental health professionals out here today, and that book is one of the most culturally competent mental health books on the market. So, can't wait to talk to Dr. Rheeda Walker.
Yep, we're going to talk to her next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
We have Dr. Rheeda Walker. Welcome back.
Thank you. It's great to be here with you all.
Great to have you. Dr. Rheeda Walker is the author of one of my favorite books ever, The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. I recommend it to everybody, and you are celebrating the 5th anniversary of the release of The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. Jesus Christ, time don't be playing, boy.
Yeah, I mean, 5 years, God is good. And I never would have expected that the book would have had the impact that it's had. You know, meeting you, you know, being able to talk to you all, the folks who have come to me and said the book has changed their life. That they buy the book for their family members and for friends. They have book club meetings. It's just, it's been a blessing.
I remember when I read it, Debbie Brown, our good sister Debbie Brown, she gave me the manuscript, and I read it on vacation, and I remember reading it and saying to myself, where has this book been all of our lives?
Well, it's been, it's been a process. So I earned my PhD more than 20 years ago. And, working on trying to understand specifically for Black people, our experiences and trying to integrate that into the larger landscape of mental health that you all know has exploded. Trying to merge what I know as a Black woman, and I'm a first generation college student. My parents didn't go to college, and merging my reality with what I was learning and the research that I was engaged in, and trying to train PhD clinical psychology students. It took time. So it took a little time for me to get here, but I'm here.
Yeah. I noticed that it's not just about mental health. It's specifically for Black mental health. Why is it important to be unapologetic about who this book is for?
I'm so glad that you asked that, because as you all know, oftentimes, Black people get lumped in with minorities. One of the labels that we use in academia is BIPOC, so Black, and we include folks with indigenous people of color. But we know that Black people have a very specific and unique way of just living life, of doing things. We've learned mental health from the generations before us, and in ways that weren't always helpful. We learned not to talk about our feelings and emotions. Like, we learned that. Like, what we learned impacted who we are, while at the same time dealing with racism, dealing with microaggressions. Folks saying, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, and we don't even have boots. That is a reality for us, and we need to be able to talk about that. And that's part of what makes the book unapologetic, is that I said, we're not talking about everybody. We're just talking about Black people.
Yeah.
Now, that's not that it hasn't helped other folks. And I've had people from many communities, gay, straight, Black, Asian. People from many different communities have said that the book has helped them, which is fine. Great. Get what you need from the book. But I wrote it for us.
How do you handle Black people who still think therapy is just white people?
Well, I say, God bless you. And then I talk to them about things that in their language. And I think that's part of what made the book resonate.
Absolutely.
Is talking to folks in ways that make sense to us. And that's one of the reasons it had to be for us, because we talk a certain way. And I use that in the book. And so, I ask folks about their worry. I ask folks about problem sleeping. Like, in the Black community, we have a lot of problems with sleep, and we normalize it. And so I talk about the day-to-day kinds of things that people experience but have normalized, and then they say, and then we can start to have a conversation from there. You gotta meet folks where they are. And that's I introduced the idea of psychological fortitude in the book, because we say mental health, as you all know, folks start thinking, oh, someone's crazy, they're hearing and seeing things that aren't there. Okay, let's just move by that. Let's keep it moving. Let's figure out how I can help people with a different kind of language.
I wanted to ask too, what are some of the myths that our community still have with therapy, right? We had an artist, his name is Rob49. You heard of him? What the hell? Okay, don't worry about it. But he was saying basically that he feels like he needs therapy, but he doesn't necessarily want to go because he doesn't see himself talking to them people.
He don't trust them.
He doesn't trust them. So what are some of the myths that you still see?
Well, that's certainly one of them. They're going to tell all my business. And that's important. You can't have folks, you can't have your business in the street. Like, that's something that is unacceptable in our community. And so for that person, and I encounter a lot of those folks who are struggling. You see it, we see it. But if they're not ready, then you can't force them to go and talk to someone. That's one part. And there's so many folks, and that's why we have to be non-judgmental, because if we say, like, this is what I see, just want you to know I'm concerned, and then back off, then they know who they can go and talk to. Like, this person expressed concern. They seem concerned about me. I will go to them. But yes, those big myths that are, those people are going to tell all my business. That's one part. The other part is, what can they tell me? They're not going to be able to tell me. They don't even know me. But that's part of the process, is getting to know the client. There isn't a single person who would sit in front of me that I would say, I know their life story. I know how to help them. I'm going to start with questions. I got questions first. And then the other part is, something I think that is, they're going to make me someone that I'm not. And I need to maintain myself. Like, I don't know a professional who has the power to be able to magically make someone different. The goal would be to make them a better functioning person, to take on their responsibilities and do the best that they can, but not to make them a different person.
I do have a question. What is a therapist allowed to talk about, right? So if I see a murder, if I murder somebody, if I see domestic violence, if I see somebody getting hurt, it always brings me back to the Mendez brothers, right? Where they were talking to the therapist and the therapist used some of that stuff on the court case. So when you see stuff like that and something is going through my mind, I'm like, I ain't gonna tell nobody because what if they use it later? But then I might have to tell somebody to heal. So what can you guys tell, and what is just, patient
crimes
privilege?
Yes, you got to go to prison for us if you kill somebody. You can heal in prison. Sir.
No, but
you can heal in prison.
But I'm sure there's people that have seen crimes, have done crimes, and they're going through things like, I'll just use Rob 49 again. He said that he's seen so many things in his past. He's seen death so much in his past, but he might not want to tell because he might not want to get somebody in trouble.
Well, in that example, he can say, I've seen
Take it out
deaths.
of Rob 49 just in case. Just take it out.
Okay, so anyone can say they've seen something without giving, facts or specifics and not expect for the police to come in and haul them off. But what I will say is, so we talk in the first session about confidentiality. Like, confidentiality is part of the bedrock of what we do as licensed professionals. Like, you can't just go out and yap about what people have been sharing or what they've disclosed in therapy. Now, the other thing that we emphasize is if someone says that they could be a harm to themselves or danger to themselves or to someone else, then that information might have to be disclosed in order to be able to protect that person's life or to protect the life of someone else. If there's a danger of abuse of children, elderly, or people who have disabilities or different abilities, then that would have to be disclosed. And to be honest, it varies by state, but that's, kind of a minimum threshold to be aware of, because at the end of the day, the client has to be able to talk to their therapist, because they aren't going to be able to get the healing and the help that they need if they can't get some stuff off of their chest. But then once they do that, then there has to be some understanding about what's going to happen next.
We're still kicking it with Dr. Rheeda Walker. It's the 5-year anniversary of the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. Charlamagne?
We got a good friend. A good friend of mine, his name is Humble the Poet. He put out a book called Unanxious, 50 Simple Truths to Help Overthinkers Feel Less Stressed and More Calm. And I want to read just a quick little line from it because I want to know what you think about it. He says, life doesn't begin after the obstacles. Life is the obstacles, and we have to unlearn the idea that we need or would even want a life free of chaos, stress, and anxiety. We grow from facing challenges and exploring our limits. And the book encourages people to face their stressors and triggers head on with research-backed techniques and journal prompts. And we had a discussion here on Breakfast Club because I'm like, if I know something triggers me, I reserve the right to disconnect from it and set my boundary and not deal with that thing. He feels like you should sit with the thing so the thing doesn't trigger you anymore.
Well, I think you know how I feel about the word should. So I avoid it at all cost. And so if there is something in you that says, in this moment, I need to avoid this thing, I'm going to honor that. But I'm also going to ask you questions about what is happening for you. What are you telling yourself? So I'm a cognitive behavioral therapist. And so for me, thoughts connect with behaviors, connect with feelings. So it all starts with, yes, something happened, but what is your thought in response to the thing? So is your thought in that moment, I can't deal with this. This is going to hurt me. This is going to harm me. I can't survive this, because it happens. It plays out automatically before folks recognize. And so we have to slow down the process. Okay, tell me the facts. Tell me what happened. I want to know what's going on for you, because I don't assume anything about anybody.
See, I was like, when he was there, I was like, F that adapt, right? And I explained to you, if I don't like you because you're a negative person, you're always putting me down, and I just don't feel good energy around you, you don't affect me in any which way. So I can cut you off and say, you know what, I'm not answering your phone anymore. I don't work with you. I don't have to see you. And that should be my right to do that, because my energy is more important than this friendship. I don't have to sit in it. I don't have to adapt. I don't care if you like me or not. But that's how we should be. I think a lot of times we try to adapt to things and we try to make things right. And I think a lot of times it hurts more than help.
Yeah, and I respect that 100%. And I can say that there have been maybe the middle ground, because you never know. You never know. If someone says something to you or they bring you a certain kind of energy, and maybe you do have some relationship with the person that you're willing to consider and preserve, why not say to them, when you do X, Y, and Z, when you do that thing right there, when you do this is how I feel when that happens. Maybe they didn't know. Maybe they thought they were doing a good thing. And I think that allows us to be more in community, because y'all, we need more and more community.
I used to try that. And Thickums over there showed me something different, right? Thickums I used to do that too. Like, you try to adapt to people. You do things that sometimes you don't want to do because you feel like it's the right thing to do, right? And Short Thickums over there would be like, no, I'm not going to do it. Because that doesn't make me happy. It might make you happy for what you do. I work hard, but I want to protect my peace. And I didn't understand it for a while, right? Because Short Thickums just wouldn't go. He was like, I'm not doing it. You're not catching me. And I wouldn't get it. But then after a while, I understood. And I'm like, yeah, if this is going to F up my peace, if this is not going to make me happy, I'm at a stage in my life where, you know what, F it. And I agree with Short Thickums.
Mm-hmm. That's his little pet nickname for me. You see how men can't even just say my name. He can't even say my name. He got to give me a little cute nickname just to be vulnerable, just to express himself. You know what I mean? That make you feel better?
Yes.
Okay, thank
Black
you, baby.
mental health,
Thank you, my waffle-colored Negro. Thank you. It's my beige babe over there.
That's such a beautiful moment.
Yes.
Dr. Walker, no. Look, so just last night, right? I could not go to sleep. I have problems sleeping. And I noticed you said at the beginning of the interview, right? But my thing is, I can't turn my mind off. That's the main thing. I don't know how to turn my brain off. I'm thinking about things I could be doing rather than getting sleep. I'm thinking about, damn, I forgot to do this today. It's not enough hours in a day. Then I got a 9-month-old. Then I'm a wife. And then it's so much. So when I'm laying down, I cannot silence my mind, my thoughts to go to sleep.
Ever. You can't ever silence
most of the time. Not ever. Because weed will help me do that. Just being honest with you. I will hit a blunt and I will laugh and then I'll be out for a minute. But that's really the only thing that helps me get good rest. Weed.
So, and I've heard you talk about your schedule,
yes.
and, getting up and I think you said 4 a.m, but then you go to bed late at night.
Yeah.
And so, so there's so many different layers to this because yes, you are doing a lot. But one of the things that I heard you say just now was even when you're kind of sitting, you feel like you're supposed to be doing something.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're also telling yourself, I'm supposed to be doing something other than resting.
Yeah.
So that's one thing for you to be mindful of. But then, I think it's, especially in this day and age, it's easy to wake up or not to fall asleep because your mind is racing.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling my husband that this morning I woke up at 3:00 and I started to think about this conversation. And then I was thinking, okay, I can say this, I'll say that, and I was like, okay, stop. And I know better, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have the tools and the resources, and I was like, quit it. And then that didn't work. And I said, okay, we're going to do 10 more minutes. And then that didn't work. And I was like, okay, we have to start doing our progressive muscle relaxation in order to be able to calm down. So there are strategies. Progressive muscle relaxation. So for me, it's when I close my eyes and I'm breathing deeply and I tell myself that with each exhalation to release the tension, and I start with my forehead and eyebrows because I'm literally sometimes like this in bed. Who is in bed?
Tense.
Yeah. And so I have to tell myself to release. And I go every body part, ears, nose, and then I allow my body to be able to relax into the moment because I'm literally not just thinking, but I'm feeling it in my body. And I have to be able to relax that. The other thing that I recommend, and I put this in the workbook, so I did the unapologetic guide and I have the unapologetic workbook, is giving folks permission to, before you go to bed, some people need to keep a notepad and a pen, not the phone, but a notepad and a pen by the bed so that when all of these thoughts come to mind, you write them down. You write them down before you get into bed. Everything that comes to mind, okay, write it down, and then, okay, try that. If that, you wake up, okay, write some more down. I didn't have a notepad last night. I was like, okay, we just gonna thug this out. But be able to write down all the things that come to your mind to release it, because otherwise you're gonna ruminate about it. And that rumination will absolutely keep you up for hours. As you know.
Yeah.
All right, absolutely. Well, Dr. Rheeda Walker, we appreciate you for joining us.
Thank you.
If you haven't got the book, pick up the book now. It's the 50th anniversary of the release of the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health.
And the workbook. The workbook that goes with it, the Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health. I tell everybody, it is a must read. It's one of them books that you have to have in your household. This is the book that we all needed, growing up. When our parents didn't know how to talk to us about it, or adults around us didn't know how to talk to us about mental health, this book right here lays it down quite flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Can I just add just two brief things? One, thank you so much to you because, you know, there have been a lot of people who said they got the book because of you, didn't know anything about it. So I am beyond grateful to you, Leonard, for getting the word out about the book. And also, folks can follow me. I'm most active on Instagram, drrheedawalker.com. Maybe I can get 500 more followers to get me to 20,000 for my birthday. It's my birthday.
Hey. When's your birthday?
It's Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. That's
yes.
Go follow
31st.
Dr. Rheeda Walker.
All right.
Do you
Well, happy
turn
birthday.
up, Dr. Walker? You turn up? Okay. All right. Happy birthday, world. Yeah.
It's Dr. Rheeda Walker. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Lauren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Lord, can we clarify now? Enrique Santos is not the same Enrique Santos that is going to be on the stand today in the Diddy trial. So CNN had put it in a article. They then have come back and retracted, and they say, correction, an earlier version of this post gave the wrong affiliation for one of the witnesses the prosecution expects to take the stand next week, which is where I believe Google AI grabbed the description of Enrique Santos and the reasoning of why he would be on the stand. So when I asked Google why, that is what happened. And Lord have mercy. I'm so sorry, Enrique.
That's exactly what Enrique just told me. He said CNN assumed it was him and reported that it was iHeartRadio's Enrique Santos. How does an organization as big as CNN make that mistake? I can understand how you can make that mistake because you're getting it from CNN. But how does an organization as big as CNN make that kind of mistake?
That's a really big mistake to make. Because even me, I kept saying, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. What's his connection? I still don't know the real Enrique Santos. I still don't know the connection. And the court reporters that I follow, they just said the name. I reached out to a source close to the case trying to clarify who is Enrique Santos and why, and they were confused as well because they were seeing the conflicting reports as well. And then the person told me when they asked for more information, they wouldn't give them more information, but that person knew of it was what was out here on Google already.
That actually could be a lawsuit from Enrique.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Easily, because you put that out there on CNN, and now I got people threatening me, saying, what you going to testify against Diddy for? That could be emotional distress, just like that.
That is definitely a lawsuit. That's why I said, yo, we have to clear this up. I'm so sorry, Enrique. I did not mean to disturb.
What's up, Enrique?
What up, Enrique?
Well, now I know who Enrique Santos is, and I'm going to tune in.
You got to say, lo siento. That means sorry in Spanish.
Lo siento.
You mean he's always up here.
Yes.
He broadcasts out of Miami, so salute to Enrique Santos.
Yeah, so Enrique Santos, not the podcaster, iHeart guy. Eddie Garcia, who worked as security at the Intercontinental Hotel, is expected to testify, but it's going to be under immunity. So he's going to be doing a lot of like not speaking to certain things. So
What I keep hearing this immunity thing, does that work for the defense? Because if you speak for immunity, you know, it's kind of like, okay, I could tell, but if I'm part of it, it doesn't really matter, right?
The defense has tried to bring up the whole immunity conversation to show reason why people are here and potentially could be saying whatever because basically they're being protected. I don't know if that answers your question.
Yep, it does.
But they have tried to bring that up a couple times. A hotel custodian will also be testifying, and a forensic video expert will also be testifying as well today. But that's exactly why I like to go to, as strenuous as it is, I like to go there myself and figure these things out myself because Lord have mercy. But anyway, in other news, Zion Williamson is being accused of sexual assault. He is the basketball player. He plays for the Pelicans.
Yep.
He's being accused of sexual assault, rape by a woman who is filed under Jane Doe. She says that she's a former ex-girlfriend of his, and she alleges that he raped her twice. Once in a home in Beverly Hills that he owned during COVID. And she alleges that this happened after she denied engaging in sex with him. She also says that, or alleges that he held her hands behind her back, and then the sexual assault happened. And then afterwards, she alleges that Zion took her phone and choked her and told her allegedly that she was talking too much. And then the second claim happened after he allegedly picked her up from a friend's house, threw her down to the ground and pinned her shoulders down so that she could not move. And then she alleges that he violently raped her in multiple ways. This accuser is seeking anywhere from $18 million to $50 million, according to ESPN. And in a statement provided to the New York Post, Williamson has denied the allegations through his attorneys. So, yeah. Getting out of court, real quick, just some happier news. Beyonce just broke a new record. The MetLife Stadium tweeted out over the weekend, congratulations to Beyonce on becoming the #1 selling artist in the history of MetLife Stadium. Nice. 5 amazing sold-out shows on the Cowboy Carter Tour cemented her place in our history, MetLife history books, with 12 all-time appearances and over 600,000 fans entertained. So, following the reports that there were issues with ticket sales and all those things, Beyonce is still out here making history.
I was watching that show, and I'm like, damn, how she ain't fall in the rain?
Oh, Beyonce.
Because it was raining hard.
Yes, that was
Saturday.
Saturday.
Was out there dancing their ass off.
Did you see the video of Blue Ivy? She wipes down the stage with the towel, and then she gets busy.
Beyonce is such the man. Beyonce. Blue Ivy is such a manager. Like, she just be in control of so much things. I don't know, to be honest with y'all. I would assume that they, redo their marketing or footing knowing that the rain is coming, but that's hard to do. Sometimes people cancel shows.
And what I want to point out is Monique is reunited with her son.
Yes.
Everything seems to be okay and great over there. So I wanted to point that out because before I brought that up when they were beefing and all that on Jess With The Mess up here. So yeah, she is reacquainted with him. Everything looks good. He apologized to her on social media, because they had that verbal spat back and forth online a couple months ago. So
posted a picture too. They're really happy in the picture too.
Yep.
I believe you say his name Shalom. So I think Shalom Jackson.
Yep.
Yeah, and the picture they look really happy. So
so that's what's up.
Her sweet baby is back.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
All right, that is the latest with Loren. Now, when we come back, we got the People's Choice Mix. Get your request in. It's a Monday. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. And I just want to salute to the brother out in Georgia, Regal Dobermans. I bought 2 Doberman pinchers from him a couple of months ago, and they just delivered it this weekend. And let me just tell you, I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to feed them, and one was a rock star, pooped outside, peed. The other one, not so much.
Damn.
And it was either be late for work or my wife had to get up and clean them up and everything.
Oh, God.
My wife is so pissed off right now. She had to clean them. She had to bathe them. There was poop everywhere.
That's exactly why my wife won't let me get a dog, because she feel like the responsibility is going to end up on her.
And that's what my wife said this morning.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. But the dogs, they're puppies. So
What did you name them?
Luna and Nova.
Luna and Nova, that's dope.
Luna and Nova.
I don't believe that. You named them dogs Puff and Daddy. Tell the truth. tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Luna and Nova.
Speaking of Puff and Daddy, it is Pride Month.
Damn.
Yes, it is Pride Month, and I'm going to do the same thing I did last year. I'm going to honor a gayer day, but we have an intro this year. Y'all hit that red.
Wake up, bitches, today is Pride. Where your rainbows is gay outside. Be who you are.
And the first gay I'm going to honor is my sister, Naya Moore, right? So look, last year she wanted me to honor her, but I feel like she wasn't gay long enough yet. And when you become gay, a little late. Sometimes people treat it as a trend. People treat it as like a phase. But, she was gay, for like a year and a half now. And I'm like, all right, you deserve to be honored. And I love you. I love you. She got a girlfriend, look like Ray Sherman, and I love
Ray
it.
Sherman.
I love
Both of
it. Yeah, no.
God damn. She look like Sway Lee and Jimmy.
And I love my sister to death. So happy Pride Month, Naya, and her girlfriend Kaya. I love it. Yes, Naya and Kaya.
I want to salute Tank. Shout out to R&B singer Tank. This was his last show on Broadway yesterday for doing Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. So he did Hell's Kitchen. I brought my mom there, who celebrated her 80th birthday. She got a chance to see Tank and meet Tank. So it was Tank's last show. So salute to Tank. I mean, if you didn't get a chance to see Tank, hopefully he'll come back, because he killed it in Hell's Kitchen.
So that means it's not on Broadway no more?
No. Tank is not playing the part of Alicia Keys' dad anymore on Broadway.
Got it.
But I'm sure they'll have another actor. But Tank definitely killed it. I think he was there, 2-3 months?
I don't remember. I saw him. I went to go see Hell's Kitchen. It was a fantastic show.
Was.
He played a deadbeat father named Darius.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alicia Keys' dad, allegedly. Yeah, so
not allegedly. That was her dad.
Oh, I just want to make sure. Sometimes it's like they
in the play. That was
sometimes it's not. Actual. It's like nah. So I don't know. But yeah, he killed it though.
No. What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, sometimes when they do the plays, they exaggerate certain things at times. So I don't know.
No, but in the play, Tank plays Alicia Keys' deadbeat daddy.
Yeah.
I don't know what you talking about.
Protecting yourself. You're just protecting yourself.
It's a sue happy world right now.
Yes.
I want Darius to sue me. I am. He call me a deadbeat now.
I don't think that's his real name. I don't know though.
See? All right. See,
man.
All right. Well, you got a positive note?
I do. And my positive note comes from Marcus Aurelius. Okay, I love Marcus Aurelius. I like to read about Stoicism. He says, in your actions, don't procrastinate. In your conversations, don't confuse. In your thoughts, don't wander. In your soul, don't be passive or aggressive. In your life, don't be all about business. Have a good day.
Breakfast Club, bitches! Y'all finished or y'all done?